Hey, just a few days ago, I had a discussion with a friend of mine about startup failures and why they fail. And I told him that I believe that technical quality, the quality of the software we develop, is a primary factor of failures or successes. But he told me that I'm totally wrong, and I have to Google it and find that startups fail for different reasons, and the technical failure is not the primary reason. And I decided to Google, and I actually found a number of researches, a number of articles which claim that indeed technical things and technical failures are just not even the primary five factors of failures and not the primary causes of failures of startups. But when I read about that, and if I go deeper into the explanation of what's going on there, I see that the authors of this research do not understand what's going on inside those startups and what exactly stays behind those reasons. For example, let's take a look at this research, and it says that one of the primary factors is that startups ran out of cash. They failed because they ran out of cash. What technical software development problems have to do with that, right? You may ask. But software development is what they spend cash for. That's why they ran out of cash, because they spent money on the software development which did not produce enough results with the money they spent for it. So the software development failures and technical problems and the defects with maintainability and quality and speed of development and effectiveness of development caused the problem with cash. They had some cash in the beginning. They spent that cash on programmers who did nothing for them, who did something wrong for them, or spent their money for something which was not the right product. And that's why they ran out of cash. Let's take a look at another reason of failure: no market need. They say that we managed to create something which we thought was a great idea, a great product, but we didn't manage to find a market for it. So they didn't manage to sell it right. They didn't manage to attract customers. And again, the question is, why did they happen? Maybe because you created something which didn't work right, which didn't perform the way it should perform. I mean, the quality-wise, the speed-wise, performance-wise. Maybe your product was not fast enough or good enough or stable enough for your customers. Otherwise, how could that be? You invented something, you get a great idea, and then you put it on the market and customers were not interested. Most likely, customers were not interested in your specific product because it wasn't good enough. Like I said, it wasn't stable enough because your DevOps was not at the right level of quality. Maybe the product was not fast enough because your implementation was wrong. You didn't have enough testers. You didn't have enough quality control in your development. So your technical failures caused problems with the marketing. Otherwise, how could it be that you started something, you had a great idea, you were not a team of stupid people. You thought, you predicted that your idea will penetrate the market and the market will react. And then all of a sudden you claim that the market had no interest for us. Because you didn't deliver the product, the right product for the market, the good product. Who was creating that good product? Programmers. Who else? I'm talking about technical startups in most cases. So the product was not good enough. Who was making the product? Programmers. So fix your programmers and you will not have a problem with the market. Or another reason, they say that it's very often people have conflicts between founders or founders and investors or inside the team. Conflict, disharmony they call it. What's the cause of this disharmony? What do you think? Because they're bad people, evil people who got together in the group and they don't like each other? Not the case, of course. Just normal, good people. But they got the disharmony, they got into conflicts. Why? Because they had other problems. Because the business didn't work. Why? Because the technical team was missing the schedule, was missing the deadlines, was missing the quality objectives. And that's why the product was bad, and that's why they got into conflicts, what to do with that. And one of them said that we need to pay them more, another one said we need to fire them, and that's why the team actually fell apart. But the real cause is the disharmony inside the technical development, inside the technical management. You don't know how to manage programmers. Programmers don't deliver to you the right product. And then you got into conflicts with your investors. And then when I ask you, why did your startup fail? You say, because we got into conflicts with investors. That's not the root cause. The root cause is that you failed to create the product right. And that's the conflict with investors happened after that. That's the consequence, not the cause of the problem. Or another reason, they say that we had not enough customer engagement. So we failed to engage the customers right, we ignored customers, or we had customer development issues. Again, why did it happen? Because we didn't like customers, we didn't love those people, we didn't want to get their money? Not at all, because we were busy managing our programmers who were not able to deliver the functionality for the customers. Can you imagine a business owner, a CEO of a company who says, don't talk to customers, ignore them, we don't want to know what they think? Not at all. What happens in most cases is that the CEO is focused on dealing with programmers who cannot deliver the features which customers are waiting for. And then in the end, customers are complaining. You do not deliver us the functionality we're expecting, you're ignoring us, you have customer development issues, and that's why we're not going to pay you. But the real problem is that the management cannot deal with programmers, cannot deal with the technical team who creates the product. The core element of the business is the product. It's not the marketing, it's not the sales, it's not the customer involvement, it's not the relationship with investors. All of those things are secondary. The primary thing is the product you deliver. The primary element of the business is your software, is your product. I'm talking about technical startups. And when you fail to manage people who create that product, everything else happens after that. Conflicts with investors, failures with customers, lack of money, running out of cash, that's secondary. The primary problem is programmers. If you can manage them right, if you can make sure that they deliver results for the money you pay them, if you can control them, if you can control the quality they deliver, if you can make sure that they work according to the schedule, everything else will be solved. The primary objective of any business, again talking about technical business, is to put programmers, the technical team, under control, to make that team predictable, to make sure the team is doing what the business wants. In most cases, it's the other way around. The team tells the business what's going to happen. The team dictates the reality. The team predicts the future. The team doesn't even predict anything. The team just says the future is going to happen the way it happens. Just wait, pray, and give us more money. And when the business runs out of cash, the business blames itself. We ran out of cash, that's our fault. No, it's the fault of programmers, and of course it's the fault of you, the business owner, that you didn't manage to control them right when it was the right time. So, in my opinion, the primary cause of failures of most technical startups is the inability to manage programmers right and the ability to pay them the right amount of money for the product they deliver. And of course, microtasking, which we do in Xerocracy, may greatly help you if you want to make sure your team is under control. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.